Live from the Script Studios, this is 10 News.
He has a heart of gold.
An Oceanside teenager blamed for his family's heartache. The 19-year-old former Marine was arrested for the murder of a 16-year-old in California's Central Valley. That young man is now being held in a Madera County jail. Good evening. I'm Steve Atkinson.
And I'm Kimberly Hunt. 10 News anchor Anthony Pura is in the 10 News Live Center right now. Authorities are calling this man an online predator. Anthony.
That's right. Those are words from the Madera County Sheriff. I want to show you this now because this booking photo released just a short while ago. The Oceanside teen accused of murder, his bond being set at $1 million. The Madera County Sheriff's Office released this picture of Cody Slayton, shackled and solemn Thursday. The 19-year-old Oceanside resident is accused in the murder of 16-year-old Josephine Jimenez. Madera County deputies found her dead in this Central Valley farmland in late October.
We were hoping on Josephine to come home. And I don't know how to feel.
That's what her family told her ABC station in Fresno after deputies found Jimenez dead. The family declined an on-camera interview after Slayton's arrest, but released a statement thanking authorities for their work. They also added, "We are still mourning the loss of our daughter Josephine and look forward for justice for Josephine." The Madera Sheriff's Office says Slayton was in the Marine Corps. NCIS had him in custody for a different incident in December. That's when they contacted Madera authorities about Slayton's possible involvement in Jimenez's death. The Madera Sheriff says Slayton used various social media applications to start and maintain communication with Josephine.
This seems to be something more along the line of online predator. So my guess is somehow he had a method to contact her, as most predators do, struck up some sort of conversation, and then the resulting crime occurred at some point after that.
Investigators believe Slayton was also talking with several other young women online, women from across California, maybe even across the country. They're asking anyone who's had any online communication with him to come forward. In the Live Center, Anthony Pura, 10 News.
A man caught on camera months ago getting aggressive after being denied donations is now behind bars. 45-year-old Corey Terry was arrested after people in Pacific Beach and Ocean Beach reported him to police. 10 News anchor Lindsay Pena is live at the jail downtown, where she spoke with Terry from jail tonight. Lindsay.
Yeah, that's right, Kim. And some of those people that Terry asked for money are happy that he's behind bars tonight. But he tells me that this was all just a misunderstanding. Lamont Terry was captured on video by a Pacific Beach woman back in November. She says Terry was asking for donations for a charity door to door, and when he was denied, became aggressive.
He chases me across the street. He's screaming that he's going to kill me.
Other neighbors complained as well, and on January 9th, Terry was arrested on felony charges of making criminal threats and attempted burglary. Tonight, he sat down for a jailhouse interview with 10 News.
To continue, press 1. If you wish, you may start the conversation now.
We have video of you in a confrontation with a woman. Do you remember that?
Ma'am, I wasn't in no confrontation, ma'am.
Terry says the video doesn't show the whole story.
That lady was trying to record me, and she got mad because I said if she a Jehovah's Witness, why she against me going door to door, and she was drunk and all that stuff. She came bothering me. I didn't say I just told her to stop recording me. That's it.
I tried to ask Terry what charity he was collecting for, but he wouldn't answer the question.
Door to door is stressful, man. I don't listen. It's stressful, man. That's why I told my mom I just want to come home.
He refused to answer any other questions.
Ma'am, goodbye.
But did say he's innocent of the charges against him.
The lady was waving the camera in my face, and I moved the camera. I was trying to wave the camera off. I told the officer that, man. I ain't got a lot, man.
Again, Corey Terry is here at the jail downtown. He's scheduled to be arraigned later this month. We're reporting live downtown. Lindsay Pena, 10 News.
Lindsay, thank you. Happening now, it is a chilly night with a chance of rain. Our weather anchor, Jen Dela Cruz, is in for Angelica Campos tonight. Going to be chilly out there.
Chilly out there. We're still dry for right now, but that rain certainly is on the way. If we take you now to our pinpoint Doppler live that's been looping, we do see that moisture pushing into portions of LA and Ventura into Orange County, San Bernardino, and then pushing south into San Diego County. So we're going to start to feel the effects of this system by the early morning hours. So we're looking at 2 a.m. to about 6 a.m. for the heaviest of what we will see, with some showers lingering through the morning commute. But all of this should be pretty dry by the time 10 o'clock rolls around for tomorrow. We're not anticipating any heavy rainfall here as far as our totals go. Just a couple hundredths of an inch and a chance for some mountain snow. We do have 70s back in the forecast. I'm tracking when those will return coming up in the 7-day.
Jen, thank you. Senators took their oaths as the impeachment trial of President Donald Trump is about to begin. Today, Chief Justice John Roberts swore in the Senate, and each signed a pledge to be impartial. The president blasted these proceedings.
It's a hoax. It's a hoax. Everybody knows that. There was nothing done wrong.
But today, the Nonpartisan Government Accounting Office said the Trump administration broke the law by withholding aid from Ukraine. The White House Budget Office says it disagrees with that finding. The impeachment trial will begin next week. It is expected to last 2 to 3 weeks, although it could go longer if the Senate agrees to have new witnesses. For that to happen, 4 Republican senators would have to vote with Democrats.
New details about the armored truck driver named in a wrongful death suit of a La Jolla woman 2 years ago. Lawyers for Michaela Jones' family filed the new motion after finding the driver had a checkered driving record. Jones was run over by a Garda armored truck in 2018 at the La Jolla Village Square. We are not naming the driver because he was never criminally charged. Attorneys are claiming the driver's supervisors knew about his record yet still hired him.
Just prior to being hired by Garda, was pulled over and convicted of a speeding violation. They knew about that. Nonetheless, they hired him anyway. And within 19 days of being hired by this company, he got into his first crash.
The family is also suing the shopping center for not having adequate safety signs for pedestrians.
A popular Point Loma cafe shut down for good after getting busted for hiring undocumented workers. Throughout the day, our 10 News crew spotted customers arriving to Con Pinay only to be turned away by the locked door. In a Facebook post, the owner says the business was audited by Immigration Services. That resulted in a discovery of a, quote, large number of undocumented workers. The disruption in the workforce led to the owner to shut down to the disappointment of longtime patrons.
They have some very hardworking employees in there. The place is very busy and these people just don't pause.
So we reached out to ICE. They would not comment on the specific audits. A spokesperson did say that they have been stepping up enforcement on the hiring of undocumented immigrants.
And I'm a longtime Poway resident, so it's very personal for me. But I think the goal here is for businesses that were affected, is to try and make them whole.
The state is fining Poway for the boil water advisory that crippled the city last month. Businesses making a claim against the city for losses are now getting extra ammo in their fight. In a letter to the city, the state calls out Poway for failing to provide, quote, pure, wholesome, healthful, and potable water. The city was also cited for televised statements appearing to question the need for the boil water advisory. The city has 45 days to respond to the claims. The amount of the fine will be delivered by the state in August.
Oh my God, what's next? What did Puerto Ricans do to deserve this?
Hundreds of earthquakes have been rocking Puerto Rico for more than 2 weeks. Messages of desperation are landing heavy on the hearts of San Diegans. And our 10 News reporter Cassie Carlisle spoke with a man who still has family on the island.
The last time Tommy Rosas lived in Puerto Rico was when he was 14 years old. But as you can see by his office, Puerto Rico never left him.
It hurts. Every minute of the day. I walk, breathe, sweat, cry, Puerto Rico.
Tommy Rosas hurting more for his island since 2017. That was when Hurricane Maria tore through.
My family moved. with the exception of a couple cousins that live in Cabo Rojo.
The damage too great for his family to start again. Most moved stateside.
The electrical grid it's ancient and it has to be repaired. And now, even though they started repairing little by little, and then the earthquakes came.
The shaking started December 28th, the biggest quake registered at 6.4 Tuesday, January 7th.
There's thousands of people living on the streets because of their homes being destroyed, or they're just afraid of their home collapsing on top of them.
Friends through social media describe the desperation.
He's in Isla Verde, so they lost power there. And it's periodically, it comes and goes. The, food supply, water.
The long list making for a lengthy recovery, one the islanders are facing head on.
We don't give up. We won't just lay down and say, okay.
Rosas raising $8,000 for supplies, not ready to quit anytime soon.
Rosas is planning a fundraiser. He'll have more information in the next couple days. For that, you can stay tuned to our website, 10news.com. Reporting in La Mesa, Cassie Carlisle, 10 News.